Breaking on 4 News now at 6. The emergency room at Sacred Heart is closed, and police are telling people to avoid the area because of a safety issue. We are live on the scene with what we know so far.
Parts of the West Coast are getting hit by a massive storm, and some of its effects will be felt in the inland Northwest as I am tracking freezing rain, snow, and rain in the first alert forecast.
And the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will soon be returning to the inland Northwest. We are live in Pullman awaiting his arrival. You're watching 4 News now at 6.
We've been following breaking news since before the sun came up this morning. The 3,000-mile journey of a man accused of killing, or man accused of the killer, back to the Palouse. You're looking live now at the Pullman-Moscow Regional Airport, where a plane carrying Bryan Kohberger is expected to land at any minute now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Luna.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. All day long, we've been tracking that small plane owned by Pennsylvania State Police carrying suspected killer Bryan Kohberger back to Idaho to face charges. The plane took off early this morning from Pennsylvania, where Kohberger was arrested, making a midday stop at Willard Airport in Champaign, Illinois. TMZ has pictures of Kohberger getting off the plane there while it refueled. That same plane then took off and flew to Rapid City Airport in South Dakota, finally taking off from there around 3:30 this afternoon on its way to its final destination, which we expect to be Pullman.
And from the Pullman Airport, it's just a short drive here to the Latah County Courthouse. And that is the Latah County Jail as well. That's in Moscow. This is a live picture. This is where Kohberger will be booked, and he's expected to make his first Idaho court appearance as early as tomorrow. Jordan Smith is live in Pullman tonight awaiting Kohberger's arrival. Jordan.
Yeah, Aaron, multiple developments as we're coming on the air here tonight. As you mentioned at the top of the show, Kohberger's flight just minutes away here. We've been tracking it on our app here, and it looks like he's well within the Idaho border. And as we got off the air at the 5 o'clock show, we saw multiple police vehicles, heavy presence start to make themselves appear here at the Moscow-Pullman Regional Airport. So what happens when Kohberger does eventually arrive? Well, here's what we can expect. Law enforcement is expected to transport him 8 miles away, as you mentioned, to that Latah County Jail, and that's where he's going to be processed. And that was the scene here today. Very hectic. Media was on every corner. Everybody anxiously awaiting his arrival back here in the Palouse. And because of how late he'll be arriving here tonight, his hearing likely won't take place until tomorrow. Once an Idaho arrest warrant, has been formally presented to Kohberger, the affidavit of probable cause will become available and will shed some more light on his arrest. And as Kohberger returned here to the Palouse, the flag at Sigma Chi earlier today at the fraternity of Ethan Chapin remained at half staff. And some major developments still underway as his plane is expected to land at any moment. We will be right here giving you the latest updates should we receive any during the show. Aaron, Kirsten?
Jordan, thank you. And let's not forget what this story is really about. These 4 young people, Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves, were killed in their home on November 13th. Right now, police have told us there is no known connection between Kohberger and these young victims. Also breaking tonight, the emergency room at Sacred Heart Medical Center in Spokane is closed for what police are calling a safety issue.
Yeah, the ER was closed while Spokane Police's explosive disposal unit was investigating a potentially explosive device. We are getting some word that things are changing on the scene. Let's send it over to Bronte Saratsky, who is live at Sacred Heart with what we know so far. Bronte?
Well, Kirsten, the emergency room here at Sacred Heart is now back open, and we have learned more information since the 5 o'clock show. So what we know is that Spokane Police's explosive unit, they're now saying this scene is safe, and West 8th Avenue is reopened for anyone trying to navigate the area. Right now, the investigation is going to be conducted by the law enforcement agency where this person was transported from, and this person was being flown out of state from... Right now we know they're a trauma patient from Oregon. They came in around 2:30 today, and when medical staff here were evaluating the patient, that is when they found the suspicious items on them, and that is when they found out that they were explosive material. Then they took the material out and moved it to a contained area. So for now, the scene is clear, and we are working to learn more information. But if you do need to use this emergency room or come to this hospital, the scene is clear and the emergency room is back open. We're going to have more details on this later tonight, but for now, reporting from Providence, I'll send it back to you.
Bronte, thank you for those updates. Kohberger left Washington a grad student and is coming back to the Inland Northwest, a suspected murderer. This news came as a shock to people who knew him, and some are now speaking out on changes in his behavior and his personality that push them away. Tonight at 6, Esther Bauer has new details from a father who says both his kids grew up with Kohberger. Esther.
Well, guys, we now know the suspect's family lived in Pennsylvania. The dad I spoke with says when news broke of an arrest, his family was in shock. They still are, and just want justice for the victims.
Quite a few times, Kohberger was actually in my house, and it's, that's a pretty frightening thing to know.
Because Tom Arntz says his kids went to school with Kohberger in Pennsylvania.
He said some things are a little odd with him. He was always like he had to be like the #1 person in the room.
Over the years, his kids noticed changes. Tom says he used to be around 300 pounds, then lost a lot of weight, and that wasn't the only difference.
My son said he changed a little bit, and he got pretty aggressive with him and mean to him and stuff, and my son broke off relations with him. He just never seen him anymore.
The last time the Arntz family saw him was when Kohberger was working as a security guard at a local school a couple years back.
When we talked to him there, everything seemed, normal. He was polite and everything. It was very, very weird to hear this stuff.
Washington State University confirms he was a PhD student at the time of the alleged murder, and Tom adds he was smart.
Very intelligent, and then, he would explain things in like a really odd way that had to be really sophisticated way of explaining stuff.
There is still so much more to explain and understand in this investigation. It's unsettling for Tom to think about how this person, who they knew for years, could have killed these 4 students.
Just insane.
And police are telling us DNA is what ties Kohberger to this crime. We still do not know a motive or if he knew any of the victims. There are still so many questions, and we are expecting to learn much more if and when that arrest warrant is unsealed. Kirsten?
Thank you. We also have obtained new body camera footage showing the second time Kohberger and his dad were pulled over in Indiana. The officer stopped them for tailgating, and during the stop, Kohberger can be heard talking about a shooting at WSU. Take a listen.
You're coming from Washington State University, and you're going where? Oh.
We're going to be going to Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're slightly punchy because we're driving for hours.
Hours, days.
Good driving. Well,
Yeah.
almost a day.
Okay. And what did you say about some SWAT team thing? Or
Yeah, there was a mass shooting and everything. We don't.
He said that there was a mass shooting. Just to be formal here, there was no mass shooting in Pullman, but he may have been referencing a standoff in Pullman where police shot and killed a man who was threatening to kill his roommates. It's not clear why Kohberger brought that up during that traffic stop. Well, here in the Inland Northwest, it feels like we're going to get a little break from the frigid cold. We might not need as many sweaters and layers for the next couple of days.
Well, let's send it over to Chris Crocker with the first alert forecast.
We do have some warmer weather coming, but first, mostly cloudy skies tonight. We have a wintry mix of precipitation. It's going to be light, but freezing rain, snow, and rain coming in very early tomorrow morning through the morning commute. And then we are going to be near 40 degrees this weekend. Here's a look at our satellite and radar at this approaching system. It is the far northeastern edge of a much bigger system causing major problems along the west coast, and that is just going to brush through the inland northwest. A lot of this precipitation that you see on our satellite and radar right now will not make it this far north tonight. It is going to be tapering off, and then we'll see a better chance of that wet weather coming in very early tomorrow morning. Here's your Thursday planner. A wintry mix to start the day, and then right around around 10 a.m. we'll make a transition to all rain as we warm up to a high of 35 degrees, a couple of degrees above average, and it does get even warmer heading into the weekend. I'll let you know what to expect in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Chris, thank you. A change in boundary lines meant hundreds of kids started the year at a new school. What the Spokane School District is doing if you're not a fan of the change.
And we'll explain what caused this SUV to drive off a 21-foot embankment in New Jersey. That's coming up on 4 News Now at 6 o'clock.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Save your greed! It's time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
Rugged, capable off-road travel, adept at towing heavy loads, the completely redesigned Nissan Pathfinder has all the features buyers are looking for in a full-size SUV. Check these features: seating up to 8 with easy access third row, cabin noise reduction, super smooth 9-speed transmission, towing up to 6,000 pounds with 284 horsepower, classy upscale design, and two-tone style. There's lots more with this Pathfinder. Find out at Coeur d'Alene Nissan, just off Highway 95.
Are you looking for an endless supply of hot water to your house? Are you looking for a more efficient and cost-saving hot water source? Then call Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning today for a new tankless or tank system. Now offering next-day installations and factory direct savings for our customers. Oh, and did I mention? Avista customers are also eligible for a high-efficiency rebate. Call Bill's Heating and Air today for your free quote.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
At GMA, our New Year's resolution is to help make you better than ever. So this week, it's all about you. Feel better, save better, live better than ever. Now, what could be better than that?
This is so good.
All this week on GMA.
Next, E.T.
And action.
Tom Brady! Jane, Sally, Rita, and Lily are exclusive on set with the legends of 80 for Brady, plus Jane's cheeky request for Tom.
I'm trying to decide whether I'll have the guts to ask.
Oh, please. No, you won't. I won't let you.
Then,
I'm just excited that we are back.
Only we're catching up with Tough as Nails host Phil Kogan in New Zealand.
Next, Eat Steve.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Well, Spokane just keeps growing in the last few years, which means more students are enrolling at Spokane Public Schools. To keep up with that growth, the school district changed its boundaries. And last year, some Northside families had changes in their children's schools.
Well, this upcoming school year, some South Hill families will go through the same process. If your child's school is different and you don't like the change, now is the time to make a request. Our Vanessa Perez has what you can do.
This new building at Sacagawea Middle School isn't the only new change coming to the South Hill. Families can expect a possible change in where their child attends school next year. The district is making way for new middle schools and wants to balance out enrollment while creating more space for lower grade levels. Attending a new school can be tough. It's a possibility for some South Hill families. Through boundary changes, the district says it's been able to keep kids together.
Students that you attend elementary with are the same students that you attend middle and high school with. And we know relationships and friendships and that sense of belonging and community is really important to what happens inside of the classroom when it's time to sit down and learn. If parents aren't satisfied with their child's school change, you can request a change during the enrollment period now. Changes are always take time to adjust to in one way, shape, or form. But we've done a lot of communicating with families and staff to talk about what that's going to look like and what their options are.
Families have the option to choice in, meaning they can request a school they want their child to attend. No bus transportation is provided if the option is approved. Elementary is also transitioning to K-5 and 6th to 8th grade in middle school. The district says changes lead to lower class sizes.
And something that we really truly believe is every kid having that really close adult connection and relationship and getting that individual support inside the classroom is critical to their success, and low class sizes is invaluable in that effort.
Parents also have the option of enrolling in their neighborhood school, Montessori, and language immersion programs. Reporting on the South Hill, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Well, it's nice to see some sunshine today. Here's a time lapse looking over the Spokane County Court this afternoon, but the clouds started moving in and they are bringing a wintry mix of precipitation for the morning commute. I'll tell you all about it after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Pure Filtration Products.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa, Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's. Take advantage of special pricing on quality furniture throughout the store. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum, and no money down financing today through this Monday at Walker's.
If you've been looking for a new vehicle in the current market, you may be hearing things like extra charges, added accessories, or second sticker.
Not at Coeur d'Alene Honda. We make it easy.
We'll keep you posted till your new Honda arrives, give you a fair value for your trade, and give you a lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Well, that was easy. Come meet the team and purchase your next vehicle at Coeur d'Alene Honda.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Looking for some fun? Then come play for the day at the Coeur d'Alene Casino and discover new ways to win big inside the new Discovery Den, the first and only video game testing room in the U.S. with many of the top manufacturers in the world under one roof, where you get to play them first and decide which games stay and which ones don't. You will set the trends for the future of gaming, only at the Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome home.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,250 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Made it above freezing today, 35. Our high 33 is our average high. Sunset now at 4:12. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies, 25 degrees for an overnight low. In the very early morning hours, around 4 a.m., we bring in that chance of a light wintry mix. That will continue through the afternoon with a high of 35, at least the chance of it. And as I mentioned earlier, it's all part of a much bigger system that is just pounding California, particularly the Bay Area, with heavy rain. I'm going to toss it over to Aaron and Kirsten. Evidently, we have breaking news.
Thank you. And we have been tracking that plane that is supposed to bring suspected murderer Bryan Kohberger back to Pullman. And so we're waiting to hear from our reporter on scene. He says that there is a plane that's kind of in the area making its way towards the airport. That's what we're waiting to hear from right now. Are we going to Jordan right now, or are we going to come back?
Sounds like we're going to just give it a minute and listen in with our reporter, Jordan Smith, who is, again, live in Moscow and Pullman at the airport there. But for now, we're going to continue with the newscast and tell you a little bit more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, great. We'll be right back with that. Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains sedated on a ventilator, and doctors are working towards getting him to breathe on his own.
Yeah, he's been in the hospital for almost 2 days after his heart stopped on the field during that game against the Bengals. Outside the University of Cincinnati Medical Center, support is growing for Hamlin. Signs reading "Hope for Hamlin" and "Prayers for Hamlin," encompassing the feelings of people around the world pulling for the well-being of the Buffalo Bills safety. His family praying that he pulls through.
We were all in the room crying. Man, we were all in tears, man. And I'm not a crier, but like I never cried so hard in my life, man. Just to know like my nephew basically died on the field and they brought him back to life.
Hamlin's teammates say they are trying to cope with the heaviness of the situation.
It's a dramatically unique thing that has happened, and we're all going through it together. And honestly, the entire world is.
And since the incident, more than $6 million have been donated to a toy drive Hamlin created back in 2020. Hamlin's team released a statement saying in part that this fundraiser has become an overnight reminder of the incredible nature of humankind. Your actions directly reflect the type of human Damar is himself. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
All right, it's gonna be another good day. Hey, it's cold out, you guys. Families are freezing. They deserve better than that. Let's show them how business should be done. All right, guys, have a great day. Need anything, let me know. Okay. You know Zach's going all the way this year, right?
Yeah. I do.
Did you make these cakes? These are really good.
I did.
Big day. No heat calls, right? Fixed Rider, it's free, baby. We've worked really hard to earn these customers' trust, and let's show them that we are the best company in town, okay?
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesar Sportsbook, the Grill and Bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. Get in on the $100,000 giveaway and your chance at the $50,000 grand prize in honor of 5 great years of Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful 2022 Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Breaking news just into the newsroom tonight. We learned that the plane carrying a man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students has just landed at the Pullman Moscow Regional Airport.
We'll send it right over to our Jordan Smith, who has been awaiting the plane's arrival all day. Jordan?
Yep, Kirsten, plane not quite on the ground. Our photographer's tracking it right now. You can see it's right above the runway here at the Pullman Moscow Regional Airport. Very much everybody anxiously awaiting Kohberger's return here to Pullman. And as soon as he lands, it appears this plane is going to take him all the way down the runway. And there is a sea of law enforcement here, the massive presence that made themselves felt here around 5:15 p.m. And we'll keep tracking this plane here. It looks like it just touched down here at the Pullman Moscow Regional Airport. So We'll keep tracking this here for you, and it looks like it's going to swing around to the terminal behind us. It's dark out. We may not be able to see it, but there is a large gathering on the tarmac behind us here. Our photographer will track that in just one moment here.
And Jordan, we know that Kohberger has had a long journey back to the inland Northwest. He took off on a plane early this morning from Pennsylvania, and that is where Kohberger was arrested. He made a midday stop at Willard Airport in Champaign, Illinois. And then we know that the same plane that you're seeing landing right now at the Pullman-Moscow Airport refueled and continued on its journey. It took off and flew to Rapid City Airport in South Dakota. And finally now at 6:23 p.m., we are seeing Kohberger make his descent back into the inland Northwest. This is something that 4 News Now has been tracking for you since the arrest was made on Friday in Pennsylvania. We now know that he is back here in the inland Northwest, and we will continue to see what happens next in what some are calling one of the largest cases that we've seen in the inland Northwest.
And Jordan, can you just break down what's going to happen to Kohberger now that he's officially on the ground?
Absolutely. Well, now that he's back, it's expected that huge law enforcement presence is going to escort him 8 miles away into Moscow, into the Latah County Jail. That's the area he's going to be processed. And that scene over there, we mentioned it many times today, very hectic, a lot of media waiting all day from about 7 a.m., 8 a.m., waiting for his arrival here in the Palouse. And because of how late he's arriving here tonight, it's unlikely that he's going to have a hearing. That'll likely be tomorrow. So he's going to be processed. And at this time, now that he is officially back here in the Palouse, once he crosses over to Latah County, of course, he will be served that Idaho arrest warrant. And then the affidavit of probable cause will become available. So by tonight, we should have more information on his arrest now that he's officially back here in the Palouse, as he's pulling up into law enforcement right there.
We know that it is about a 12-seater plane. It's a smaller plane. It's a turboprop plane. It's owned by the Pennsylvania law enforcement. Are they pulling up to a gate, or will they have to roll out a ladder to get people off this plane? Can you tell from your position?
It's tough to see right now. It looks like they might just pull out a ladder here. They're swinging the plane around here, but it's tough to say from this angle here. There's a lot of cameras up here on the highway, right next to the shoulder of the road. We're down below, kind of by this barbed wire fence, so tough angle from here to tell. But it looks like they will probably pull out a ladder, and he will get off, be loaded into a car, and then from there promptly escorted into Idaho.
And Jordan, a lot of questions surrounding when and how Kohberger would make his way back to the inland Northwest. As we saw in Pennsylvania, as they held that press conference this week, talking about how they made the arrest there, but how important it would be to transfer Kohberger back here so that he could even see the charges that are awaiting him. But really, at the beginning, we had no idea if it would be by plane or if he would be driving back here, or if they would be escorting him. We're just seeing the plane making its way back, touching down. We see a lot of law enforcement in the area. What has the scene been like? What has the energy been like there at the Moscow Pullman Airport?
Very anxious. A lot of people anxiously awaiting Kohberger's return, as we've said. And you know, what's so fascinating about this is as we mentioned, this is so unprecedented here for our area here to have such a high-profile case make its way to the inland Northwest, more specifically here to the Palouse. And so I think it's been an anxious return for Kohberger to be back here in the Palouse. We said this at the top of the 5 and at the 6 o'clock show that he left the inland Northwest as a graduate student at Washington State University. He's returning facing 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 felony burglary charge. And so it's just a very interesting, really unlike any kind of presence we felt here. And my experience being in Moscow, it's a little bit tense, highly anticipated return. We're all very anxious and eager to learn a lot more about this arrest, why police were so drawn to Kohberger, and learn more about that later tonight.
And this could have happened, this happened fairly quickly because Bryan Kohberger waived extradition, meaning that he did not have to, law enforcement in Moscow did not have to go actively pursue him. Right. He kind of gave up his right and says, okay, yeah, I'm going to go back willingly. I'm not going to fight this.
Exactly, yeah, and had he tried to fight this would have been a much longer process, estimated to be at least a month, because it would have had to go, that process would have gone through the Idaho governor's office, through Brad Little, and then the extradition process would begin from there. But because he waived this, he had 10 days to return here to Latah County. They were able to make that process within about 24 hours of his last court appearance yesterday in Pennsylvania. And so, yeah, very quick process. As soon as he gets loaded up here, we're going to take off and head over to the courthouse. I believe we have a camera waiting for his return there.
That is correct, Jordan. We do have a camera there, and we will continue to follow this every step of the way. We have followed it from Pennsylvania back to the inland Northwest. We see some people walking.
Yep, it looks like he's just gotten off the plane here. They're escorting him off the tarmac there, and he's going to be put in a vehicle here. I'm not sure how well we can see that here.
Looks like we can see he's wearing an orange jumpsuit, Jordan.
Yep, that appears to be him loading up into a car. There's a plane in my way, but it seems like you guys have a much better view from here.
Yeah,
we saw him briefly.
Yeah, we are seeing a group that just walked from that plane over to, it looks like, a vehicle where they are loading Bryan Kohberger, again, the suspect in the University of Idaho quadruple murder case, back into that vehicle, and he will be taken to the Latah County Jail, where we will then see as soon as potentially tomorrow morning, Aaron, we could find out more, a lot more about this case.
And police have told us before that the newest information we are going to get is going to be from court documents. So everyone has been kind of waiting for this moment, and this is just the first steps now that he's on the ground to kick off that discovery of the evidence that brought him into that police focus, that microscope that they reached out and grabbed him with that DNA evidence through genealogy and found him all the way in Pennsylvania. So this is really the start of, hopefully, what a lot of people want is more information.
And let's not forget what this really is about, because we're going to continue to hear the name Bryan Kohberger over and over in the coming weeks. This is really about 4 young people whose lives were cut short: Madison Mogen, Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, and Kaylee Gonsalves. And we're going to continue to follow the story. Again, we covered it from Pennsylvania back here to the inland Northwest, and we will continue to reach out to the families of the victims. I know that they are probably watching this unfold tonight. It's an emotional moment for so many in Moscow. And again, we will continue to follow this for you. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Taxes aren't free, but your furnace could be. This holiday season, when you purchase a Daikin air conditioning unit, you'll receive a Daikin furnace free. That's right, free. Let us keep you and your family comfortable all year round. Contact Mainstream today.
The 35th Annual Inland Northwest RV Show is back. The Multi-Dealer Show at the Spokane Fairgrounds, January 19th through 22nd. Beat the rush and preview units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake and North Spokane. Every RV at R&R RV is show priced. Reserve yours before the Multi-Dealer Show, January 19th through 22nd at the Fairgrounds. R&R RV, your RV superstore. Visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake and North Spokane, or shop now at rnrrv.com.
This week is the readathon. My kids are gonna win.
This belt's staying with the champ.
Who wants to wear a big belt anyway?
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
Is one casino really any better than the next? Well, at Northern Quest, we've got the largest gaming floor in the region, not to mention the most slot titles, the most payouts, the largest selection of table games, the lowest minimum bets, the highest maximum bets, and a state-of-the-art sports book. So you tell us. Northern Quest. Yes, the best. Don't miss our $50,000 Cool Cash Hot Seats giveaway, January 12th and 26th. The 4-day holiday clearance is on now at Walker's. Save big on Beautyrest Black and Serta iComfort mattress sets. Or say yes to no interest, no minimum, and no money down financing today through this Monday at Walker's.
The college murder investigation. Is there a connection to the notorious BTK serial killer case? Next, Inside Edition, the potential link between the suspect and his reported fascination with the Vine torture killer. What BTK's daughter is saying.
My father has played some pretty bad games.
Then, the football player America is praying for. Will he ever play again? Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The FDA is now allowing certified retail drugstores to dispense abortion medications such as mifepristone and misoprostol. This new rule change now broadens access to more women.
And they can pick them up in person at certain pharmacies or have them delivered by mail. Our Peter Choi spoke to Planned Parenthood today. He explains what this new change means for patients.
Yeah, that's right. The Planned Parenthood that oversees Greater Washington and North Idaho tells me the FDA's new rule change knocks down some of the barriers for patients in Washington. That is a huge step for the center.
It has actually become the most preferred option for patients to use medication abortion.
The pills could be ordered and prescribed only by a certified healthcare provider in the past. Now, for the first time, FDA's new action is expanding availability of abortion medication such as mail delivery.
Remove some of the barriers to access, especially that in-person requirement, which is a real challenge, especially for our rural patients who would have to drive very far to meet in person with a provider to get access to care.
He says the center has seen more people coming from Idaho to Washington, anticipating that this change will bring more patients from other states like Idaho, where the state law still bans abortion.
We're really restricted in what we are able to offer, and so abortions are not something that we offer.
Because of the federal Title X funding, limited resources such as basic and reproductive health services are available.
Our contraceptive-driven preventative stuff like making sure women receive breast and annual exams, that they're coming in for STD and HIV testing and treatment. They can come here for a pregnancy test.
Large chain pharmacists say they will comply with the federal and state laws. Walgreens says it intends to become a certified pharmacy and will work through necessary training of pharmacists. Yeah, even if states like Idaho ban abortion, Attorney General Merrick Garland says states may not ban abortion drugs based on disagreements with FDA's new rule change. In studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. Washington Senator Patty Murray released a statement on the FDA's decision, saying in part, quote, "We know medication abortion is safe, effective, and a more important option for patients than ever. And I am glad to see the experts at FDA are lifting unnecessary restrictions so that more women can get the care they need at their local pharmacy," end quote.
Live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. The clouds have moved in and the precipitation is not far behind. Live satellite and radar shows a wintry mix of precipitation moving into the Columbia Basin. The heavier amounts are going to be right up along the Cascades from Wenatchee through the Waterville Plateau, where we could see some accumulating snow. Around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, it will be very light. Here's our forecast radar starting off at the current time. And as that system approaches, it weakens considerably. Some light rain down in Moscow, Pullman, and Lewiston by around midnight with that snow, as I mentioned, up along the Cascades. More wet weather coming in by tomorrow morning's commute. Some rain, possibly some pockets of light freezing rain, as well as a rain-snow mix. That, excuse me, will continue off and on throughout the day. Most of the afternoon, however, will be dry. Here is your Thursday planner. 33 is our average high. We'll be up around 35 with that wintry mix turning all to rain by noon. I will be back with your 7-day forecast and some Wildlife Wednesday photos in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Health experts believe watching out for new variants is key to stopping the spread of COVID-19 in 2023. The Omicron subvariant still accounts for 40% of new COVID cases. But in other parts of the world, other variants continue to spread, especially in China. The country is seeing a spike in cases after officials lifted their strict COVID restrictions. The surge there has prompted the U.S. to require a negative COVID test for all travelers from China starting tomorrow.
Chinese government is not sharing the genetic information about these viruses with the rest of the world.
And that is why some health experts say this travel requirement is important as new variants are likely to emerge in the future.
Perhaps, worst case scenario, a variant that could evade the protection of our current vaccines and therapeutics.
Now, others believe the U.S. testing requirements for travelers will not prevent new COVID-19 cases from coming to the U.S. or new variants from emerging, but it may buy the U.S. some time.
Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin remains in critical condition after collapsing on the field. What the Seattle Seahawks are doing to prevent a similar incident from happening, that's coming up in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
PB and J? PB before we go. P before we go. P before we go. See you tomorrow? Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be another good day. Hey, it's cold out, you guys. Families are freezing. They deserve better than that. Let's show them how business should be done. Hey, guys, have a great day. Need anything, let me know. Okay. You know Zach's are going all the way this year, right?
Yeah, I do.
Did you make these cakes? These are really good.
I did.
Big day. No heat calls, right? Fixed Rider's free, baby. We've worked really hard to earn these customers' trust, and let's show them that we are the best company in town, okay?
It's time. Time to set your eyes free. Free from limitations in your vision. Free from glasses and contacts. Free to see your best and be your best. It's time to smile. Smile is state-of-the-art laser vision correction, or LVC for short. Smile is easy on the eyes. It's bladeless, flapless, and effortless.
Contact Empire Eye Physicians today to learn more about Smile, the new alternative to LASIK.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
Looking for a great idea for the holidays? Elkins Resort, Idaho's premier vacation destination, has great getaway specials for some wonderful wintertime fun. So make your reservations today before the season is over. Call Elkins Resort or check out our website at elkinsresort.com.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tub starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Morning. Who said that? Whoa, where did that come from? Floating money. It's funny. Good luck out there.
Oh, a nice break for some Wildlife Wednesday photos. This is from Mark Vogt, a mild-mannered, Mark's words, I don't know how he knows. He communes with the animals in ways we can only dream of. But a mild-mannered cow moose said she was up to her chest in snow, a lot of snow up there in North Idaho. And looks like she was digging through the snow to find something to eat. Dora Z. Davis shared this photo from the Spokane River, a golden eye. Beautiful shot there, and you can see why they call it a golden eye. Pat Woolweber shared this photo of a huge buck that she spotted while driving through Riverside State Park. I thought it was up to its chest in snow too, but if you look closely, the legs are folded underneath. We don't have quite that much snow in Riverside State Park. Finally, something we don't see very often on Wildlife Wednesday from Jodina in Inchelium. She says this bobcat's been hanging out in her front yard. Looks kind of snuggly, like a Maine Coon or something, but then, boy, look at the size of those paws. Thank you so much for the great photo. Love a bobcat. Well, this is an impressive system. You may have heard about this on the national news tonight. A bomb cyclone, very strong storm system, just battering California with heavy flooding rains, damaging winds, heavy snow in the mountains, and big concerns there of its life-threatening potential over the next couple of days. We are on the very, very far northeastern edge of this system and just getting brushed late tonight, actually early tomorrow morning, as this storm makes its way north along the coast. We will see an increase in our temperatures, and we will see some precipitation falling in a variety of forms. We'll zoom in here and show you the potential of some light freezing rain. The freezing rain is showing up in pink. I wanted to show this to you because I know anytime I hear freezing rain, it makes me very nervous, but the potential of very icy roads and other problems. But that light pink indicating just 1/10 of an inch or less. So, and it will be very hit and miss tomorrow morning before most locations turn all over to rain. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Tomorrow, that light wintry mix of precipitation with a high of 35. We should do a good job on the roads by mid-morning, and then we will warm up into the 30s, upper 30s for the weekend. Kirsten and Aaron.
Chris, thank you.
We want to get back to that breaking news tonight. We are now finding out from our reporter on the scene that the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students is arriving at the Latah County Jail. Let's go live now and see if we can get a view of what is happening. Again, we just saw Bryan Kohberger walking off the plane in Pullman, Washington, and we are now hearing that he is in Idaho. And it looks like our camera's a little shaky, but we're going to get it steady for you so you can see this view again at the Latah County Jail. We are expecting to see Bryan Kohberger being walked out and into the jail there.
And he just landed about 15 minutes ago at the Pullman Moscow Airport, a smaller airport, and that was a smaller plane, a turboprop plane that brought him all the way from Pennsylvania. Made 2 stops on the way, Champaign, and then Champaign, Indiana, and then once again in South Dakota, I believe it was.
Grand Rapids, yes.
Grand Rapids, South Dakota, before landing at the Pullman Moscow Airport, which is a little bit different than a normal route would be. You'd think it'd be kind of a straight flight. We're not exactly sure why they made 2 stops, but he's here now. He waived extradition, which made the process a lot faster.
And we did see him walking off. He was escorted off the tarmac and is now, we are waiting to see him being transported to the Latah County Jail. And as Aaron mentioned, he did waive extradition to Idaho in a court hearing in Pennsylvania. Just yesterday, we may have seen him even yesterday come back to the inland Northwest. There were a lot of questions about when this was going to happen, and it was very quick turnaround. We are here 24 hours later seeing, you know, this moment of Bryan Kohberger back in the inland Northwest.
You can see some rifles being carried out of some of the vehicles there by law enforcement.
And it sounds like this has just been one of those operations. When we heard during the press conference in Pennsylvania, all that has gone into finding him, tracking him, now transporting him. It has been a huge response from law enforcement all over the country. They have been asking for tips from people to send into their tip line, and they're continuing to ask for those tips from anybody who knows this suspect. Bryan Kohberger, he was a WSU graduate student in Pullman. We know that he was studying criminology. We know that there are some people who have already spoken with our reporters about being neighbors of his, being students, as he was a TA in some of their classes. So this is still happening. This is still active, and the police and the investigators who are working on this case are hoping that people watching the news right now, people who are reading these articles on KXLY.com, maybe they're swiping through their phones right now trying to get more information. It has been a heavily watched case all over the country. Really, it has been an international case.
And law enforcement has told us, Moscow police have told us now that they cannot release any more information. The court has told them that they can't release any more information. So we're going to get our next, hopefully, more details from what you're looking at right now, which is the Latah County Courthouse, and he's going to be in the jail very shortly. And then when he appears before a judge, that's when we're going to see our first glimpse of some of the information that police used to track him down. Like you said, it was kind of a cross-country manhunt, if you will. He was stopped twice on his way back to Pennsylvania with his dad, but law enforcement has said in both of those circumstances, he was not listed as a suspect in these crimes. They did not know that he was going to eventually be the suspect in these 4 murders. And then when he got to Pennsylvania, they, from what I remember, they observed him for several days. They did not move in rapidly. They made sure that he was the person they were looking for. They waited a few days, watched his patterns, and then that's when a SWAT team came in and made the arrest. And now he's being flown back in a plane owned by Pennsylvania law enforcement, which arrived at the Pullman Moscow airport around 15-20 minutes ago now. We saw him when he got off the plane. He wasn't wearing street clothes. It looked like he was still in that orange jumpsuit. So his transportation clothes are probably the same that he was wearing in jail in Pennsylvania. And now he's here, and this signals kind of a change in what we've been seeing in this investigation. As you were talking about, detectives and investigators still want people to call in with more information. They want this rock solid case that they can take before prosecutors, and that's why they're still asking anyone who knows him, come forward. You may know something that you don't realize that investigators are looking for.
That's right, and that's what I think has been so compelling in this case is, and Moscow police have talked a lot about it, the tips that have come in have helped them. They have thanked the people who have been watching it so closely from across the country, because had these people who noticed something that was off not called into police, who knows where we would be today. We are now seeing Bryan Kohberger, the suspect in the University of Idaho murders, brought back to the inland Northwest, and we will continue to cover this. We know as of last night that a Latah County Magistrate Judge, Megan Marshall, halted or put a gag order on information that we were getting from Moscow police. So we will not be getting info from them, but the court records is where we will be, and we will continue to bring all of that to you right here on 4 News Now. We'll be right back after this break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
January is Plinko Money Drop Month, and we're giving more people a chance to win more money. You can qualify all month long to win. We're making it rain cold, hard cash, baby. We'll also have lunch and dinner specials, spa specials, and room rate specials. Midweek rooms at the Kootenai Falls Lodge are $79. Weekends are $99. The only way to win at Plinko Money Drop is to play Plinko Money Drop. So call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Let's wave the flag together. Hello, I'm Mark Peterson with 4 News Now, presenting the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your old tattered flag to any BECU Spokane location on January 13th, and in exchange, you'll receive a new American-made flag from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift.
BECU is proud to be part of the Great American Flag Swap. We're honored to live in a community that supports veterans and military families who sacrifice for the benefit of us all. Visit us in Spokane and see what banking is like when people come first. BECU, not for profit, equals more for people.
You may have noticed it's a seller's market out there, and at Parker Toyota, we're buying.
Whether it's cars, trucks, or SUVs, we're ready to make you an offer.
We're buying big ones, little ones, old ones, and new ones. It's easy. Stop by or give us a call for a no-obligation appraisal.
Get cash for your car at Parker Toyota and Coeur d'Alene, your no-problem dealership.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Just like your car needs regular maintenance and oil changes, so does your home's heating and cooling systems. Bill's Heating and Air has assembled a large group of highly skilled service technicians just for this. Servicing the greater Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area will maintain your equipment to ensure performance and efficiency. Not to mention increase the life of your system. With the number of technicians available, we can meet your emergency outages within 24 hours. Bill's Heating and Air, the home of the $59 service call. Call now and schedule your maintenance or service needs.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ain't Too Proud, coming to Spokane this January.
Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into sports. I'm Julian Minensone. The Seattle Seahawks held a very important team meeting today, but it wasn't about football. The players met with team physician Dr. Jonathan Dresner about the tragic incident involving Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. Now, the goal was to provide insight to the players about how the team's medical staff prepares for emergency situations. Dresner said every NFL team is required to have an emergency action plan. The team doctors are also required to rehearse their responses to different on-field emergencies, including cardiac arrests, which is what Hamlin suffered on Monday.
Any of these events should make everyone press pause and think about, do we have everything in place? Is there anything that we can do better? And so I think learning from that event, since this is the first cardiac arrest in the NFL in modern time, I think is really important. There's probably a lot to learn from this over time that we can share as medical professionals.
We've all bought into playing this game. We've built our whole lives around it. And whereas, we always know that there's risks, we're not always faced the reality that the risks are there. And this moment does remind us to do that again.
Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf says he isn't worried about a similar incident happening to him. Metcalf says he assumes the risk every time he steps onto the field.
It's much more than just a game for us, that we know what we signed up for and we know the risk, and we still go out there and lay our lives on the line, every day. It just shows, the type of attitude, the type of people, and the type of, courage that we had just to go out there and play.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
What's better than super fresh fruits and vegetables? Yep, you've got it. Super fresh fruits and vegetables on sale.
Swing into Super One Foods this Thursday and save big during our 12-hour produce sale. Dole bananas, just 48 cents a pound. Cosmic Crisp apples, just 78 cents a pound. And whole sweet cantaloupe, 58 cents a pound.
Super One Foods 12-hour produce sale this Thursday only. Hey, it's better than fresh.
Save on top-rated LG refrigerators. In stock and on sale at Fred's year-end liquidation sale.
Take advantage of truckload savings on stainless LG French door refrigerators on sale for only $19.99.
This LG fridge has family-size storage, ice and water in the door, and a smudge-resistant finish.
A stainless LG French door fridge for only $19.99 is a great value.
When Fred's advertises it, we've got it. Don't miss the year-end liquidation sale going on now.
Save thousands on the new revolutionary swim spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation in one day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
Frozen water pipes are a serious risk during cold winter weather. When water freezes in a pipe, it can be a disaster for your home and your wallet. If you're not properly prepared, don't wait until it's too late. At Mainstream, we know exactly what it takes to keep your family safe during the cold season. So call or visit us online today.
It's Walker's Furniture's 4-day holiday clearance, where we offer some of our biggest savings of the year on many items up to 70% off. Or receive 0% interest financing until 2028 with no down payment and no minimum purchase. So you can get the new furniture you've been wanting at 4-day clearance prices.
Today through this Monday at Lockers.
This year, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay Downtown Toyota. We've got lots of great choices, and every vehicle sold comes with Toyota Care, so you can get a new reliable vehicle in 2023 from Findlay.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
A breaking news just into the newsroom tonight. We have been following the progress of bringing suspected quadruple murder suspect Bryan Kohberger back to the inland Northwest. He was arrested in Pennsylvania, charged with the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. This is video from earlier tonight. The plane landing from Pennsylvania. It's a Pennsylvania law enforcement plane bringing him to the area. Now we know that he is currently at the Latah County Jail.
We'll have much more on Nightside.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.